Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, and you. Good morning. It's that time. It's 9 o'clock a.m. And it's that time. It's time for our 9 for 9 this morning. And this morning we're going to talk about being obliged. Much obliged, but to what? For what? What are we obliged to? What does that really mean? Much obliged this morning. Good morning. Hey, if you're coming on, I want to ask you to go ahead and share, like, and also drop somebody's name in the comments. Let them know we're on. It's that time, 9 for 9. Time for us to just have our little conversation, our little praise time, and I'll talk. And I'll be right back after this. Good morning. Good morning, our 9 for 9 family. It's so good to see you this morning. Hey, let me say good morning to a couple of people. Good morning, my Ivy. Good morning this morning. Good morning, Patricia, my cousin Pat. Good morning to you this morning. Good morning, Sister Pam and Natasha. Good to see you guys this morning. So this morning we're going to talk about it. I'll say some more good mornings before it's over. This morning, much obliged. To what? Somebody probably would say obliged for what? But much obliged this morning. First of all, I'm going to give you 1 Corinthians 13:4 and 7. And it's a familiar scripture to many of us. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love doesn't envy. You know that one. Love doesn't boast. It's not proud. And it goes on to talk about love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. Really, what is love about? It always protects, it says, trusts, hopes, and perseveres. So that's what we're going to focus on in our scripture this morning. Love doesn't dishonor others. It's not self-seeking. You even talk about that thing about self. Not seeing about self all the time, but seeing about others. And so when others are doing things for us, we tend to say thank you. We tend to be appreciative. And so when we look at the word oblige this morning, I'm going to be a little school teacher in me this morning. We look at the word oblige. It means when you oblige. It can have different meanings. When you oblige someone, it means you put them under an obligation. Okay? When you oblige someone, you put them under an obligation. But when you add that D on the end of that word oblige, it means you're thankful, you're grateful, you're appreciative. You can love, you show some love, okay? Oblige. When it says much oblige, and there's actually a definition that's for much oblige. When you're much obliged, it means you're very thankful. You're very grateful. You really appreciate, what's done for you. So when someone says much obliged, don't you take it lightly, or don't you say that lightly, because you need to say it because you really mean it. You really appreciate what's been done for you. So in this season of our life, much obliged, I'm going to ask to what? Most people would say for what? Are you much obliged to help or for help? Are you much obliged for money, to money, or for money? Are you much obliged to God or for God? Are you much obliged to kindness or for kindness? So we have to think about that thing this morning. When you're much obliged, are you appreciative to what is being done or for what is being done? And we got to think about that this morning. When you're much obliged, you're very grateful. You're appreciative. And so in turn, that's when that love, oh my goodness, delights in others. It's not envious. That's when that love can flow from heart to heart, as they say, and from mind to mind. When you're much obliged, when you are really appreciative, that's when love doesn't dishonor. It's not that my opinion or your opinion causes us to fall out, okay? But you respect my opinion and I can respect your opinion. Much obliged means I'm appreciative and I'm grateful that you're a part of my life. I may not appreciate everything you do or the way you do it or the manner in which you do it. I may not believe in what you do or how you do it. And so then you in turn have to respect the way I do it, okay? So don't put me in a box if you don't want me to put you in a box. You know, we have a lot of that going on. Much obliged. To what? What am I appreciative to? What am I thankful to? You know, we want people to be thankful for us, but we also want them to be thankful to things that we don't believe in. And we've got to think about that in this season of our lives. What are we committed to? And that's what it comes to as well. What are the things that are deep down in our hearts that we are not going to compromise, that we are not going to let go of? Much obliged. To what? What is it that has kept you all your life? Is it good? And if it's good and you know it's good, you hang on to that thing. So there's so much around us now that wants us to let go of what we know is good, what we know is best for us, okay? And it wants to pull us away from those things. But I'm much obliged. I'm appreciative of the things that kept me alive. I'm appreciative of the things that kept me out of trouble. I'm appreciative of the things, much obliged, Mama, for those times that you had to get on to me and keep me on the straight and narrow. And so I'm not going to turn away from those things. As much as I love you, I can't turn away from those things for you. Much obliged. To what? Okay, are y'all with me this morning? Wow. Listen, if you're with me, throw me up some hearts. Let me know. Good morning, Sister Bertha. I'm so glad to see you all the way in North Carolina, my sister. I love you. But listen, in the season of your life, you've got to be aware and very aware of what it is you're grateful for or grateful to. You know, idols come in all shapes and forms. They come, but love, listen, love conquers all. And that thing called love, yes, it covers a multitude of sins, which means it can cover a multitude of things wrong. That doesn't mean that it promotes what's wrong. It just says that in spite of the fact that you may be wrong, in spite of the fact that you might do wrong, it doesn't mean I stop loving you. I still love you. And hey, God gave me this thing a long time ago. Even if I have to love you from a distance, I want you to know I still love you. I still appreciate you. Listen, even if God has to take us and do us like this for a little while, hey, guess what? We're still in his arms and we still got to love each other. Sometimes that separation has to come because if we're doing this, guess what? We're hurting each other. And sometimes he's got to pull us apart. You know how those kids were fighting on the playground? You got to pull them apart, give them some time out, some time to think. But somebody's got to be thinking about, hey, how do we fix this? How do we make this right? Wow. Listen, much obliged this morning. I'm much obliged to you, you, and you. I appreciate every one of you. To what? To you this morning. To what? To him this morning. I'm much obliged to him for you this morning. I appreciate my 9 for 9 family. I appreciate you, and every one of you. Even if you can't get on every time I'm on, you can look it up, you can listen, but every time you're on, and even when you're not, listen, I'm thinking about you. I'm wondering, hey, who am I going to meet this morning? And when I don't see you, hey, where was Sister Ivy this morning? Praying everything's all right with her. Wonder if my Sister Bertha is doing okay. Hey, I hope she's well. Hope all is going good. Natasha, good to see you this morning. Y'all know my time is up this morning. Good morning, Sister Johnny. Good to see you this morning, beautiful. Listen, Sister Pam, you know I'm looking for you, and I'm glad to see you. But listen, that's my time, my 9 for 9. I hope y'all enjoyed this morning, and I'm going to see you real soon. Listen, want to ask that if you're available, only if you're available now, 9 o'clock Sunday morning, we're on, hey, for Sunday Morning Glory with Rhema, right here on our Rhema channel. Listen, Sunday Morning Glory. And we've got a special guest this Sunday morning. Our own Pastor Paul L. Taylor from Real Life Christian Fellowship will be on to share with us at 9 o'clock a.m. on Sunday Morning Glory. But listen, I got to go now. That's my time. But y'all know before I go, got to go ahead and get into my cinnamon apple spice cup of positivity. Y'all go ahead and make yourself a cup and join me in this cup of positivity. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Okay? Hey, I love you.